Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. It is your boy Lex Money. In today's video, we got the ultimate crypto tier list for 2025, baby. Let's get it. All right, guys. Now, I've been seeing a lot of these tier lists, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna give my boys and girls a tier list of my own. You're gonna see some very familiar faces on here, guys. Right? You guys can let me know if I've absolutely butchered this tier list. If I'm spot on, let me know in the comments what you would change. Let's get into it. Now, how I'm going to rank these guys is I'm going to look at their current price in this bull run. We're going to go and compare it to their price performance over the past few runs. Have they been here for a few runs? Are they tried and tested? Have they got real world applications? What's the community sentiment like around these coins? There's going to be a lot of different things that we do take into account, and you can let me know if I'm absolutely spot on or if I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, firstly, we got our baby Ondini. Ondo, as many of you guys know, is actually quite a big part of my portfolio right now, especially when we're looking at the real world asset sector of crypto. This thing has the most institutional adoption. You're seeing it being adopted by now Binance in their cold storage wallet, or their hot wallet, should I say. Every single month they're accumulating this thing. The backers, unbelievable. This is in the first bull run, so while I may say with some other coins, right, it hasn't been here for that long, I do think the fact this project has been so strong over this run, and it does have that new coin, new shiny advantage over maybe some of the other Dino coins. I do think that's actually a benefit in Ondo's case. Now, the low was at 22 cents. We're up 600% from the low. We did go up to nearly $2 and then had a massive pullback. What happened with all the unlocks, guys, right? We had token unlocks. Now, on the day of the unlock, guys, we saw a short-term sell-off. However, it was then met by Pump City. So we got good backers, first bull run, new shiny coin syndrome. It actually is making a lead in tokenizing the real world. I think it's going to be the king of RWA. It has to go in A tier for me, guys. You let me know what you think. Now, we come on to one of the big kings of this run. By the way, this is in no particular order, so don't get at me. Don't expect that it's going to be, you know, only A tiers first and B tiers and C tiers. Right, it brings us on to Solana. Solana has had one of the best runs of all cryptos this cycle, right? Especially when you're looking at all of the altcoins. This thing was at $8 at the low, guys, and it ramped up all the way to 250 schmackaroonies. People are still saying that Solana's going to pump into all-time highs and it's just getting started. Guys, this thing got started in 2023. It's just that majority of people were not there in 2023. Now, Solana had one of the best rallies, okay? Do I think the rallies can continue? Yes, I do. You've already seen the adoption of Solana, especially like through the Phantom wallet as well. A lot of people on Phantom, on Dupe, on Radium have been trading a lot of Solana, right? It's the majority of retail noobs that have come into the ecosystem this cycle have been on Solana. And not only that, I do think that it could be in line for an ETF. Now, between this and XRP, but we can get into that in another video. But I do think that this is one of the coins next in line for an ETF. However, if it wasn't for shitcoins, would Solana have that much of a network effect throughout crypto? I'm not too convinced, guys, because at the moment it is the layer for shitcoins. You guys have seen what's been happening on Pump Fund, right? People have been making a lot of money. However, people have been getting wrecked on Solana. So look, been one of the best performing coins of this cycle. We can't ignore that. Do I think it's going to be an S tier? No. Do I think it's going to be an A tier? I think Sol is somewhere between a B tier and an A tier, but we're going to put it in B because I do think there are going to be coins that you can get greater returns later on in this list. So before you get at me and you say, how is Sol a B tier? We're looking at, right, what's the potential to be making money in the future? I think we've got more potential in some other coins, guys. Then, so now we do come on to one of the favorites on the channel. You guys already know what time it is. It's time for ICPZ. Now, some of you guys are cult-like. Some of you guys are not. Some of you guys are 8-year gang. Let me know if you're 8-year gang in the comments. ICP still underperforming when we do compare it to other coins. Whether we like it or not, price-wise, it's underperforming. However, when you look at developer activity, when you look at the fact that it's the only blockchain that can host fully on-chain AI, etc., it actually is leading the way for decentralized blockchain applications, guys, right? So you're seeing the time to finality is basically 0 seconds. It's got one of the fastest and cheapest transaction fees / speeds. Yes, there's a lot of early investors and seed rounds. However, the ecosystem is growing at an extreme rapid rate, guys. Okay, so you can see it's the revolutionary blockchain that enables fully decentralized applications to run entirely on chain. You guys saw what happened with DeepSeek, right? Everyone started finding out, oh my god, DeepSeek is now on ICP. Oh, IC Panda, the Anda coin started pumping. Similarly to Sol, I think this is like doing the same sort of thing. You guys already know the team keeps building all the time. They're trying to partner up with a lot of other projects. They've brought Chain Key to Bitcoin, to Solana, to Ethereum, to Link, right? Many more to come as well. And I do think there is still a lot of earning potential in ICP. So taking into consideration everything that we've just spoke about, guys, I do believe alongside Ondo, ICP is an A tier. Am I biased? Am I not? I hold all 3 of these coins. So you guys can hash it out with me in the comments. You can let me know if you do think Sol deserves to be up there, if ICP should be lower. But A tier, we got a lot of earning potential to come, guys. We're still at bear market lows-ish levels, similarly as we are with a lot of other altcoins. But ICP not looking too bad in the A tier. Now, guys, we've got the whole base ecosystem in one blue coin here. Now, you guys already know that the base ecosystem has been going absolutely ham over this past run. Coinbase Ventures has been doing their thing. You're seeing a lot of projects bridge over to the base layer as well. You see things like Virtual's Protocol got spawned from this, which then spawned a bunch of different AI agents. Things like Morpho, right, which is another lending platform. You've got things like Aerodrome Finance. You're having top meme coins like Toshi, like Miggles, like Brett, right? This thing has seen growth in all directions. So it's not just been a meme chain, it's not just been a utility chain, it's had a bit of everything, guys. And for that reason, base has to be S tier for me. I think the base ecosystem is goated. I think that a lot of newbies that do come into the market are going to be introduced to the base ecosystem pretty easy if a lot of them do download Coinbase, if they have Coinbase wallet, right? If a lot of these base ecosystem coins do get put onto Coinbase like they have been as of recent, it just is an S tier ecosystem, guys. You can't tell me it's not. If you think you can, let me know in the comments. Now, we come down to Aerodrome Finance, which is kind of like a little baby of the base ecosystem. Aerodrome Finance has been through it. It's been through it. We've been up, we've been down, we've been up, we're back down, okay? Now, the stats don't lie, guys. It is the central trading and liquidity marketplace on base. This thing is generating billions in fees, right? We've got 1 billion total value locked, 25 billion monthly volume, 26 million monthly fees, and then we're at 500,000 monthly users with a market cap of only 640 million. It doesn't make sense to me, right? I've got a big bag of Aero, so even though I'm trying to not be biased, look at the stats, okay? They speak for themselves. For that reason, Aerodrome joins Ondo ICP in A tier. Easy. Next, Fetch AI. The artificial super intelligence coin sitting just shy of a $2 billion market cap right now at 79 cents, which actually was one of the earliest channel entries we did get for Fetch AI. This thing saw a massive bull run, came back down, lower high, came back down. Is this the end of Fetch AI? I don't think so. We're migrating over to the Cardano blockchain at some point in the roadmap. They're going to be having the merger soon as well, so you're not going to have a FET token. It is going to be the ASI token pretty soon. If you guys haven't got the ASI wallet, definitely use it because it's super fast, super cheap to use as well. However, what we do need to be seeing is similar things that we're seeing in other AI projects that we're going to cover in just a second. And what I'm talking about is real world application, actually real world development and proof of work in the real world. Right now, it is quite conceptualized, okay? It is a big concept, and it's launched in 2017, hasn't had the best rap over the past year, trying to include other projects into it. However, they did listen to the community, which is always a plus. But we can take the good and the bad. It's been around from 2017, so nearly 10 years. However, we do need to start to see some significant development happen through the artificial superintelligence and not just have a cool fancy name when other AI projects are actually technically solving more real world problems. So bit of good, bit of bad. Price action is not great right now. We need to be seeing more from Fetch AI. So for that reason, I do think it's going to be a leader in the AI niche. However, B tier in my opinion, and definitely a lower B tier than Solana. Next, we come to the oracle that is Chainlink. Link's price action makes absolutely no sense to me. I think this thing should be similar to Solana. I think it should have taken a lot more market share than it has done over the past run, guys. And yeah, it's a bit of a dino coin. However, it's a dino coin that has been tried and tested through time, and unlike Fetch AI, it's actually got big institutional partners. It is tokenizing the real world, guys, and it's a standard for on-chain finance. Okay, Chainlink defining how the world transacts on-chain, and what it does is it bridges basically the offline world or the off-chain world to on-chain, which is going to be super necessary for the future of tokenizing real world assets. It's great to say tokenizing real world assets, but if we haven't got an oracle like Chainlink that actually can bridge off-chain to on-chain, it's all just a concept. So for that reason, up with Ondo. It is probably ahead of Ondo, to be honest. We'll put Chainlink at the top of A tier. Then we come on to one of the chains which is clowned on the most. It is your wife's husband's favorite chain. It is the one that gets clowned on by Becca. A lot of influencers say that you have to be a cuck to be owning this coin. However, it's one of the most decentralized coins. It actually has had a decent-ish return over the past year, right? We bottomed out at 25 cents, up 300% since then. Charles Hoskinson seems to be doing the job that he did set out to do, guys. He is now getting the backing of Trump, okay? We're starting to see that these US-based companies are going to be the ones that potentially benefit from zero tax. That's also a positive. But Cardano, I mean, one of the safest decentralized blockchains, never been down. The ecosystem flourishes, guys, whether you like it or not. Cardano is a project that is going to be here to stay alongside things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana potentially, right? I think Cardano will be here to stay for many, many runs to come, right? You've only seen progression through the blockchain over the past nearly 10 years, guys. Okay, so still got a long way to go up to the all-time high. However, I do think all the hate around Cardano is obviously just a farce. When people do start to see the price pump up to all-time highs, new all-time highs, people will be flooding back into Cardano like what they did at $3. So great ecosystem, tried and tested through time. You've got a lot of reward benefits as well. It is decentralized, one of the most decentralized cryptos. That's what we're here for, guys. Has to be A tier for me. And we're going to put Cardano. We're going to put Cardano around here, equal with ICP. Then we come to Bitcoin. Who ordered this chart? Wasn't me. Bitcoin, I don't even need to explain this to you. And if I have to explain this to you, maybe go and do some more research on crypto. Bang, S tier. Now, BNB, Binance Chain, the scammer of all scammer chains. If you weren't here in the last run, guys, you wouldn't know the scams that went on this. This was like the early Solana, right? You can launch a rug pull on BNB for 3 cents. It's pretty much nothing. I thought CZ would have actually sorted this out and he would have been like, right, guys, I've been to jail. I'm going to come back. We're going to try and play things properly. But what's happened is you've seen a lot of rotation from Solana shitcoins into Binance shitcoins. And it doesn't make sense to me because there was sort of this unease around Binance Smart Chain projects over the bear market and even into this run, being that a lot of them were just scams in 2017 to 2020, 2020 to 2022, guys. So if you were here throughout all of the Binance Smart Chain scams, rugs, shitcoins, you let me know. But B tier, you know, even if you're saying BNB, it's an exchange token, I'm going to have to say C tier. Bow, quick intermission, my browser just crashed. So there may be, it may be like a spot of difference thing if I've put these in different orders, but they should be in the same tiers what we just looked at. But let's get back to it, guys. XRP. XRP is next on the list. Alright, now before we do continue the video, if you are enjoying the content, if you want more content like this, I would appreciate if everybody could just pause the video and subscribe to the channel. You know that I'm trying to bring you the best content in 2025, guys. Help me on my journey to 15k subberoonies. Click that subscribe button. Back to the video. Then we come to XRP. Guys, is XRP going to flip ETH? If we do one more double, we could be flipping ETH, guys. Now, $2.73. This thing was suppressed for God knows how long. Look at that chart, guys. Look at that suppression. If you were getting this for 40 cents, as we covered on the channel earlier in the year, then congrats, because you're up a grand total of over 500% now. Could this be the one that is next in line for the ETF? I do think there's a high likelihood. If an altcoin does get approved for an ETF, it probably is going to be XRP that now is going to be leading the way, considering all the suppression, the fact that Gary Gensler is now no longer part of the SEC, and a lot of new money is flooding into XRP. It's the #1 coin that I get asked about the most in real life, guys. People don't ask me about things like ICP or Solana. They ask me about XRP. A lot of people tell me they've bought XRP. I do think that they're going to be trying to get the normie appeal, the retail appeal through into XRP through a lot of speculation. People seem to think it's going to be replacing banks. I don't think it's going to go that far. However, I do think now the floodgates are open. It is being let free. It has been tried and tested through time, and it could be here for a very long time, guys. Again, another US company that would be benefiting from the 0% tax. I do think XRP now is in the A tier, guys. A lot of uncertainty, doubt, fear, all that sort of stuff has been put to the side now. It is one of the altcoins that's going to be helping a lot of our other altcoins have some clarity on what standards they need to meet to make sure they're not getting basically shit on by the SEC, guys. So A tier for what it has done, for what it stands for. Probably some more gains in the long term. We're talking like years in the long term. Would I be buying XRP now? Probably not. But I do still think for a very long term investment, XRP's A tier. Now we come to Arbitrum. We're going to put Arbitrum and Optimism in the same category, to be honest, guys. I had a lot of hope for Arbitrum, right? Scaling solution for ETH layer 2 had one of the greatest TVLs, but then you look at the all-time chart and all it's done is bleed. I mean, it had a pretty bad token unlock. They basically like just unlocked a bunch of tokens right at the beginning, which caused massive sell-off. We've tried to have a recovery to around $2, and now we're back down an extreme amount. Now, I do think that, you know, until we do start to break these highs again, maybe around between 50 and 60 cents, that we don't know how low we're going to be going for Arbitrum. However, I do think it still has some potential if the layer 2s do want to pick up again. And similarly, Optimism, same but different story, guys. But you see in the chart, maybe hasn't reacted as bad as Arbitrum, but again, still in that layer 2 solution for Ethereum. So are we going to be getting the layer 2 narrative back? Are we extremely undervalued right now? Well, the fact that Ethereum is now printing new lows for its transaction fees, its gas fees, etc. Are we even going to need layer 2s anymore? I think we probably still will, but they've been pretty bad underperformers of this cycle. Again, first cycles for both of them. They got to go in B tier, guys. Next, I added this one in, guys. Trump coin. The absolute shit show that was the president's coin. When this came out, a lot of you guys are going to know I was not a fan of this at all. We were going so well, and then his team, it wasn't even him, his team launched a shit coin. What happened? Pumped all the way from $8 to a 10x within the space of 2 days, and now it is back down like 80% to $18. I do think that this is going to be like a heavily manipulated coin. It's a $3 billion market cap, right, within the space of less than a month of being launched. Okay, it is Trump, however, it's an absolute shitters. Not quite an E or an F tier, but I'm putting it at D. I would not be touching this heavily well manipulated coin. Now we come to Ethereum. Guys, Ethereum, the #2 in line to the throne. This thing is at a $300 billion market cap right now. It has just been bleeding against Bitcoin for the past 3 years pretty much. However, you're starting to see a lot more ETF inflows going into Ethereum, guys. People, if you look over the past week, there's been some Bitcoin outflows, but net positive inflows for ETF. I think the rotation is due. I think we're overdue. I do think that Ethereum is at like generational sentiment lows, and you look at the chart and it's still holding up pretty well, guys. So Ethereum is not going to be one that goes away I don't think ever, to be honest, guys. Maybe at one point in the future when we get like a super tech, or if Bitcoin just wants to be the only crypto that survives the test of time. But I do think the fact that this has the second most institutional adoption and investment, right? I do think that Ethereum is going to be number 2 to the throne for a very long time. It's going to take a lot for something to overthrow it. And it's also undervalued right now, guys. So not even had an all-time high yet. Ethereum hasn't had the best run. However, we're going to put Ethereum as a B tier investment for this cycle, being that it still has some gains to go. Maybe not as much as the ones in the A tier, but it's still a solid project. And then last but not least, guys, we're going to be doing Render. Now, Render is an AI project that actually has been getting a lot of real-world adoption. They have massive partnerships. Apple, Google, Paramount Pictures, they actually made their first motion picture using the Render GPU technology. This thing's at $2 billion market cap with a lot of institutional level backers. It is the distributed GPU rendering network for the world. Transform your creative workflow with the speed and scale of the Render network. So, you know, this is kind of one of the first projects that actually is now bridging out from just crypto and going into the mainstream. Okay, a lot of people are going to be using their GPU and cloud rendering services. It has been here for quite a long time. However, over this time, they've only brought out more projects and got more institutional level backing. Yes, the price hasn't fared as well as some of the other coins, but again, a lot of AI coins have seen significant downside over the past few weeks to months, guys. So I do think Render is at a super discount right now. We were trying to get this thing at around $1.80. It's about 100%, 150% up from then. We're at a super discount from the highs at $12. And for that reason, I do think that Render has to also be in A tier. So that's my first crypto tier list. These are some of the high cap coins. If you want a base ecosystem tier list, let me know. If you want an ICP ecosystem tier list, let me know. If you want a meme coin tier list, you let me know by clicking that like button, subscribing. Let me know what you think of this tier list. Have I butchered it? Are there any coins you would switch around? You guys let me know in the comments. If you made it this far, click that subscribe button. I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.